This is my mom, this is my roommate, and this is my dad. Okay, so being a single parent is not easy. It's not easy on the single parent or the child. This is something that is well known. Something that is not well known is the percentage of single parents that get to adopt children. According to the National Adoption Center, approximately 5% of total adoptions in a year go to single parents. Now, these single parents know well that taking care of children alone is hard, but I believe that if a single parent decides to register to adopt a child, it fits the criteria of financial stability, home inspections, etc., that are equally taken with a couple, then the single parent should have the equal chance of adopting a child as well. I may not be a single parent or a parent of any child, but I do believe that if you are qualified and feel confident in adopting a child when you're a single parent, then I strongly believe that they should have a very equal chance of getting the opportunity to love on a child in need. Now, I know what you were doing, thinking of all of the cons of being a single parent and what that can do for a child, which I do not disagree. There can be a lot of cons, but there are also some pros that which can unfold from a child needing adoption. But what you aren't thinking of is all the children in the world that don't have any parents, not even one, that would be blessed beyond measure to even have one single parent loving on them. I think that there are some instances where children do not get to be adopted by single parents because of their situation, where they are truly resisting the child from gaining a wonderful home, and people will give them experiences that they will never experience otherwise. There are thousands of children in the world needing a home, a place to be loved and cared for. So I believe that single parents who are eligible and fit for the position of adoption should be increased in chances of adopting a child of all ages, race, and special needs. Today I will discuss with you why I believe that single parents should be considered more often for adoptions and what things are considered when adopting. There are many things that are considered when someone applies to adopt a child. These things are taken into consideration to create the best environment for the child and to confirm that the child will be living in a safe and stable environment. According to Children of All Nations, here are several of the things that are taken into consideration during the adoption process. Things like these are financial stability, home environment, and parent and couple background are highly important factors to see if the couple or the single parent is fit for adopting a child. Then they move on to more detailed things like references, education, emotional stability, and other children, like having children of your own or have adopted a child in the past, that can determine what kind of child would be more comfortable in growing up in the kind of environment that the family gives. There are many other things that are considered whenever agencies are looking for people to adopt, but those were some of the main points that I thought were most important. Parents.com says that there are many environments that are different within families or lifestyles, and there is no right or wrong, but this can determine which child could fit best with the lifestyle that they would be put into. The main goal for the agency is to try to find the perfect fit for a child and for the family. Dealing with agencies through the adoption process is not an easy task, and it takes a lot of time. This is where a lot of problems and stress comes throughout the adoption process. There's a lot that is factored into adopting a child, and a lot of the things that they know and they prepare for, but it ends up being a lot more than what they realize. So there's a lot of time that the parent or the parents have to put aside for it, which can cause like some work issues and other things, and there's also a lot of money that goes into adopting a child. This is where they find financial stability is a huge part of the process. Not only is the child expensive alone, but it's also expensive to adopt the child and get them to be living with you in your home. So I'm aware that many couples can fit the criteria above better than others, and sometimes better than single parents. The simplicity of making enough money to be able to adopt and support a child can be the first obstacle that a single parent may face, but sometimes is not the issue whenever you're looking at a single parent wanting to adopt a child. I believe that there are many single parents out there in the world that are able to support an adopted child, and just as well as a couple can support an adopted child. So in the article from Adoptions Together called Hello Single Parent Adoption said that things like age of child, special needs, race, etc. are some of the things that are considered whenever a single parent is getting to adopt. This article also stated that the single parents that do end up getting to adopt are usually females. They usually don't get infants, and most are special needs. So this is something that I think that is a super big problem, because I think that they're restricting single parents from getting a wide range of children's ages and just different kids because they are not getting to experience and get to like bring home kids of all ages. So I believe that single parents should be considered and strongly encouraged to adopt kids of all ages, no matter if they are male, female, no matter if the parent is male or female, and they should not be narrowed down to only children who are special needs. While special needs children can gain a lot from like the one-on-one time of a single parent, they should be open to allowed to adopt children without special needs. There should be no type of child that is paired commonly with single parents, because that can resist one from loving out a child in need of anyone who can support them. While a single parent is not easy, neither is being a couple with kids. So I believe that single parents that are strong and stable to be able to adopt should be considered right alongside a couple who is stable to adopt. Because both could support a child greatly, and so many children are in need of adoption to care and love on them regardless of it. That means they gain two parents and not just one. Adoption is hard, stressful, and challenging task that can also be rewarding, fulfilling, and joyful all at the same time. If one believes after deep thought and consideration about what adoption can withhold, feels confident in their decisions of adoption, should be able to have an equal chance as everyone else and should be able to adopt. If the criteria is passed and approved, I believe that even though one may be a single parent, they should be able to have a higher chance of being considered for adoption for any child, no matter the demographics of the child or the parent. So in conclusion, single parents can be just as impactful, encouraging, and supporting as any happy couple could be when adopting a child. Adoption is the only way that some of these children will ever get the chance to being loved and supported. So I hope that as the years of adoption continue, that single parents gain the increase of a chance of adoption so that more children are impacted daily by a loving home. That's it.